Hello and welcome. This video is a part of a 14-part video series, which is an audio exploration of each exercise found in Richard Schwartz's book, No Bad Parts. I personally struggled with the exercises in this book. I became frustrated by the process of reading the instructions for the exercise, entering a meditative headspace, only to break it again to read more of the instructions for the exercise. I felt if I could just listen to the instructions, instead of having to stop and read them every so often, it might be easier for me to maintain my meditation and thus glean more from the exercises. To that end, I decided to record a series of videos that does just that. I've done my best to read each of these exercises in a relaxed, deliberate manner. For the instances where you are asked a question or prompted to ask your parts a question, I've included 3 seconds of silence so you can easily pause the video and resume the video at your convenience. If you found this video by mistake and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I highly recommend that you click away from this video and read No Bad Parts before continuing with any of these exercises. You won't glean much without the essential context, and you may end up hurting yourself in the process. If you found this content helpful, consider leaving a like and a descriptive comment so the algorithm can help others find this video as well. Without further ado, let's get to the exercise. Unblending and embodying. There is a brief meditation that I do a version of each day, as do many people who follow the IFS path. I encourage you to try it out as a daily practice. Get comfortable and, if it helps, take deep breaths. Then, start by focusing on and checking in with whatever parts you are actively working with. To do that, see if you can find each of them in or around your body and get curious about how they're doing. That is, ask each if there's anything it wants you to know or if it needs anything, like you might with a child that's in your care. As you're getting to know it, at some point help it to get to know you better, the you that's with it now, since most of the time these parts don't really know you. Instead, they've been interacting with other parts in there, and they often believe that you are still a young child. Often, this is their first encounter with you, the you who's curious about them and cares about them. So, let them know who you are, even how old you are, since they often think you are much younger. Let them know that they're not alone anymore, and see how they react. You can ask, if you like, how old they thought you were. You can even ask them to turn around and look at you. After you've checked in with the parts you've begun working with, you can open space and invite any other parts that need attention to come forward and just wait and see what trailheads, thoughts, emotions, sensations, impulses emerge. In a similar way, get to know these new ones and help them get to know you. This next piece is optional and may or may not happen. Revisit each of them one at a time and invite them to relax and open space inside so you can be more in your body. If that does happen, don't despair, as they may not know you well enough yet to trust that it's safe to do that, and that's fine. If they do separate, notice that more embodied, spacious sense of who you are and the qualities you feel when you're in that place. What's it like in your body and mind now? Notice that spaciousness, the sense of well-being and enoughness, that you are enough. Also notice the feeling like there's nothing to do right now, and everything is okay. Some people spontaneously feel a vibrating energy running through their body, making their fingers and toes tingle. This is what some people call chi, or kundalini, or prana. But in IFS, we call it self-energy. I'm inviting you to get a felt sense of what it's like for you, yourself, to be more embodied. If you can become somatically familiar with this state, then you can notice when you're there and when you're not as you go through your day. Any departures from that state are usually due to the activity of parts that have blended to some degree and are giving you distracting thoughts, blocking the flow of energy, closing your heart, making you feel pressure in different places, etc. You can notice those activities and then reassure the parts doing them that they don't have to, that it's safe to unblend, at least for the duration of the meditation. Afterward, they can jump back to attention if they really want to. I have found, however, that through this practice, parts gradually increase their trust that it is safe and beneficial to let the self embody. They also trust that the self is remembering and checking on them, that it's being a good inner parent. All of this self-leadership helps them step out of their parentified roles and consider unburdening. In the next minute or so, I invite you to shift your focus back outside. Before you come back, though, thank your parts either for letting you embody more, or if they didn't, for letting you know that they were too afraid to do so just yet. Then, come on back when it feels right.